All right. Let's go over now the types of agents. And you should know these types. You should know what they are. The exam will ask you about this. Types of agents. You've got a general agent that can perform all acts related to the purpose of the agency. See our cute little cartoons here to help you remember this stuff. Okay, so general agents can perform all acts. Universal agents can perform all acts that may be legally delegated. So that's even bigger than a general agent. Special agent is engaged for a specific transaction. Gratuitous agents are an agent that's not compensated. This might be your uncle who does it for free. Del credere agents guarantees the obligations of a third party to the principal. Electronic agents are an automated agent that acts independently. This could be some kind of automated eBay buyer that buys stuff for you when it reaches a certain price. Independent contractors act on behalf of the principal, but the principal does not control the agent's day-to-day activities. Okay, let's go through all these briefly. General agents, example, a restaurant owner who owns a restaurant in another city hires a manager, general agent, to run that restaurant. Okay, that person's authorized to do anything related to running the restaurant. All right, universal agent, authorized to conduct all the principal's business that the principal may legally delegate. Businessman principal is living abroad for 2 years, appoints his cousin, universal agent, to handle all of his business affairs during his absence. A garage band gets a contract to tour Southeast Asia for 1 year. The lead singer appoints his sister as a universal agent to manage all of his affairs during his absence. Okay. All right, special agent, engaged for a particular transaction. Agent's authority normally limited to specific transactions. Example, a real estate agent is authorized to sell only the principal's house. They're not authorized to buy food for them or manage their affairs in other ways. Executor of an estate hires an estate liquidating company to sell the personal property for the estate, that specific transaction. Indoor climbing company hires a company to sell the climbing space. Gratuitous agents, not compensated. Del credere agents. This is one where the name of the agent is not intuitively clear, so you want to remember it. Del credere agents guarantees the obligations of a third party to the principal. The obligation of a del credere agent is based on the promise to answer for the debt of another. A person who makes this promise is a surety. So we cover surety a little bit earlier on. Electronic agent. Electronic without a human. When artificial intelligence takes over, everything's going to be done by electronic agents. As defined by the Uniform Computer Information Transactions Act, an electronic agent may be programmed to search for and copy information on the internet, compare prices, buy products online. If a person uses an agent for authentication, performance, or agreement, including manifestation of assent, that person is bound even if no human reviewed the agent's operations. Even something like Priceline, you authorize Priceline to buy for you at the best possible price, you're bound by that. Independent contractor, someone who backs on behalf of the principal. The scope of the independent contractor is limited. Principal does not control the agent's day-to-day activities. Okay. Scrooge hires a lawyer to create a living trust for him. The lawyer is working for Scrooge on that limited activity, but Scrooge does not control the lawyer's work hours or have liability for the conduct of the lawyer toward third parties. Okay, now we've got three additional types of agency. Implied agency, agency by estoppel, and power of attorney. So implied agency is an agency may be implied by law without intent to form the relationship. Person may be held liable as a principal for another person's actions even though he or she did not intend to grant any authority. For example, a court may determine that an agent acted properly outside his or her delegated authority in an emergency when unable to contact the principal. Agency by estoppel, this may arise if a person holds him or herself out as an agent, if the principal knows or should know of the representation and fails to make a denial, and a third party detrimentally relies on the existence of the presumed agency. This is key. You've got detrimental reliance. So if someone holds himself out as an agent and the principal doesn't deny it, and then a third party does something, enters into a contract with his agent, does something and relies on it detrimentally, they lose money or something, then that's agency by estoppel. And it's a valid agency. And the principal is bound now. Okay, power of attorney. It's a written authorization of agency. The agent is simply referred to as an attorney in fact. Agent does not need to be a lawyer. Even though it's called power of attorney, does not need to be a lawyer. Agent has power to act on behalf of the principal. Generally, only the principal is required to sign the power of attorney. There's no requirement that the agent sign it. So the next topic is power of attorney. There are 3 types of power of attorney. There's the general power of attorney, special power of attorney, and durable power of attorney. General power of attorney authorizes the agent to do anything that may be necessary to transact the principal's legal affairs. Very similar to general agent. It's common sense. If you see the term, you can probably figure it out. General power of attorney can do almost anything, generally speaking. Special power of attorney grants authority for only specific transactions, very similar to special agent. Okay, durable power of attorney is effective during a period of incapacity of the principal. It must be expressly conferred in writing before the principal becomes incapacitated. So you can think of this one as a standard one. If a person becomes incapacitated for some reason, we show the person in the wheelchair there. Another way you can remember it is, for example, the president. If the president becomes incapacitated, you know he's signed the document that allows the vice president to be effective. So the vice president has durable power of attorney for the president. So both the general and special powers of attorney end upon the incapacity of the principal. All powers of attorney end upon the death of the principal. Okay, so that's pretty common sense. So you can remember this one pretty easily.